Good morning. This is Lynda Cromar, and I wanted to share this little poster I have in Facebook because I think it will help you to understand something. There is a concept that I see a lot of people doing that it's whether they're doing it in business or not. And I would like to recommend that everybody that shares this, it's going to benefit everybody because this is not a sales call. This is going to be a help for you because a lot of people use that word overwhelm. What does that really mean? Overwhelm is really about a need to learn a different way. I had a little post on Facebook, and that went along actually with this picture. I'm going to read it just for real quick for you. I am not really sure where it really comes from that people think they have to earn before they learn. Because nowhere is that really true. It's not true. Thanks to everybody for joining, and thanks for those that have shared already, and thanks so much for the hearts. I know of someone who works at Walmart. Now she has a coworker that doesn't actually spend any time trying to do a good job in her job. She tries to get by the very best she knows how, doing as little as possible. Now here's something that coworker doesn't actually understand. You don't get paid for the hour in a job. You get paid for what you do in that hour. That comes from Jim Rohn. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And so this coworker believes that she gets paid for the hour, but that's not what the truth is. She gets paid for what she does in that hour. So what does she do in that hour? She tries her best to get by, doing as little as possible. Now, if we relate this really back to business and building a business for yourself, and you need to learn before you can earn in most cases, what kinds of things can you do to improve your situation so that you actually have productivity in your business? And you can ask questions and we will answer them as we go. What kind of things can you do? For one thing, you can learn in small pieces. You don't have to learn it all at once. Now, when I first came on the internet and built my business, hello from England. When I came on the internet and I came here from a totally different point of view, did not have any business skills to speak of except for a little bit of network marketing offline. And I did learn some skills that were good, like people skills and how to talk to people on the phone. But this internet world was a totally different place than where I had been before. Now, if I had been like that coworker, trying to get by and just earning before I even learned anything, I wouldn't earn anything today at all, and I probably wouldn't even be here. But I had a determination to actually take the time to learn the skills. Hello, everyone that's joining brand new. Definitely go back to the replay and share this with your friends and everybody on Periscope you're connected with, because I'm going to share good stuff here. So you do have to actually be willing to learn and understand that there's an application of what you learn in order to get better at what you're doing, regardless of whether it's offline or online. Now, in the offline world, one of the major skills I had to learn was to take a list of people and to start taking action by calling. And I learned to call people and to actually offer them my presentation. And it was a really horrible script, actually. Hello, everybody that's now joining. I appreciate you coming, and I appreciate the hearts. When I learned the skill, though, it was something I could take wherever I was. And so today, with most of us being on social media and on the internet, there are specific skills that everyone needs to learn, regardless of what company that you offer, regardless of what product that you offer. Now, my son is in a health and wellness company, It's not the same thing that I'm offering. It's okay. And one of the things I taught him early on is he wanted to share all the science. He wanted to share all the how it all works. You know, most people will go cross-eyed, totally cross-eyed if you immediately share all that. No wonder, you know, because it's not how much of the knowledge that you have about a particular product. It's what will it do for me? That is what your customer or your prospect is really saying inside. How much will it do for me? If you understand that that is the very first thing that is going through their mind, regardless of what your product is, then you need to answer that question. What will it do for them? So how do you determine that it's going to help them if you don't know anything about them? Very first thing is going to be you need to ask them some questions. What questions are going to relate to your company and product that will help them get a better understanding of how it's going to help them? Because that is the question you're answering. How will it help me? And then if it's going to be a prospect that might join you in your business, what do I get out of it? What do I get out of it? So obviously that is usually the money that they're going to earn. But you need to be honest with them and what kind of money they can truly earn depending on where they are in their skill level. Just like this coworker in Walmart. Now we have a really hard worker and we have somebody that tries to get by and doesn't do anything. So what is the difference really? Is that the coworker that says she wants to just get by and not work very hard, she wants to earn her dollar per hour or however much she earns without making any effort. That's a problem because there is effort. We have to be honest with people. What is it they have to do? And that's the third question. What do I have to do to actually earn an income from this? So what do I have to earn? Hello, everyone that has just joined. And thank you so much for the hearts, especially I see some beige hearts. I don't know who is beige, but I very much appreciate that. Pink and green. So absolutely answer those questions because that's going to matter. Now, one thing I was learning when I was first in network marketing was to actually go, thank you, Ed, appreciate you, is I was actually trying to just send, push the presentation, say all the words, and not let them say anything. Big mistake. If they're not able to ask a question, they feel like they are not important to you. And that's a big no-no. So guess what? We're doing the same thing, aren't we? On the internet, a lot of people are just, okay, here's my company, here's my product, here's my link. Go see it. It's wonderful. You'll love it. But you're never asking any questions. Would this work for this person? And why would this work for this person? So if you're not asking questions, you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting that other person because they could possibly be a good prospect for you. But if you're not asking questions, and I hear this question a lot, are you open to, okay? Are you open to whatever your product is, or learning more about it? And one thing that is true is that people want to be open. And if you're talking to people that are not actually network marketers already, they probably haven't heard that. But if you're talking to network marketers, they probably have heard that a lot. And you know what I say? And this is probably going to sound kind of funny, but I do say this. If I am not truly, honestly interested in looking at it at that moment, I'm going to say, no, I'm not open. It doesn't mean that I'm not an open person. It means that I'm just not open at this moment to look at what they have. And I don't want to lie. That's another one. I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to hype them up and make them believe I'm their prospect if I'm not. So let's go into actually believing that we can help people. And instead of saying, here's my product, here's my link, here's all of the stuff, here's all of the science, here's all this, here's all that, when you don't even actually know what their questions are, let's start out the conversation with questions. And first of all, ask them how they're doing today. Ask them, because you know what? If they've got a health concern or if they've got other kinds of financial concerns, they're probably going to tell you, because that's an open question. How are you? They can't say yes or no to that. They have to say something more to that. Now, sometimes they won't answer it at all. But how are you lets them say, oh, things are not going so well today. This is happening. And I love being able to get people to talk to me. And yes, some of it may sound negative, but guess what? You're going to pull some nuggets out of that. Oh, she has a problem with diabetes. Maybe I can help her with that. Oh, she has a problem getting leads. Maybe I can help her with that. So that is what I'm sharing with you today. Ask good questions instead of just immediately throwing your link at people and saying, here's my product, here's my company. Because I promise you that if you just start realizing that if you're more about caring about that other person than you are about how quickly you can get your link to them, they're more likely to come back to you, like a lot of them do with me today, and say, where's your link? I want it. Because I didn't immediately give it to them. I answered their questions. I asked more questions. And then as I do that, more of them will come back to me and say, I want your link. Give it to me. And that's what you want. Because then that person's open and ready. And that's the person you're interested in bringing to your business. I hope this has been helpful. I want to share that you can actually connect with me at Facebook. As you can see, this is, whoops, get this to work. There is my Facebook right there. And you can get to me from right there, Lynda Cromar with the number 1. There's a dot in between, lynda.cromar. And I hope you're having a most awesome day. Come on, there you are. And I hope that you can take what I just taught you and make it a better day for you in your business. You have an awesome Monday, and I will be talking to you again soon.